Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So for today, we will discuss a very important topic that is solely dedicated for our aging population, our loved ones, our mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, and also for us who are inevitably going to grow old at one point or another. I believe that growing old is not just about living for the longest period of time or aging up to 100 or 150, but it is also about the quality of life. And that quality of life isn't just about the physical side or the medical side, but more so on the mental side. Because you see, even if you're alive, but without those memories that makes up who you are, that makes us who we are, it is useless for us to live in this world just breathing, eating, alive, but not actually living. So, this episode is about how to protect your brain from getting dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and other neurodegenerative diseases that are there and are somewhat associated with aging. For us Filipinos, it is somewhat just like an accepted fact that at the end of it all, we will go into that demented state. That is being ulyanin, makakalimutin, and it's something that is actually somewhat accepted as the norm. But I refuse to believe it because you see, my mother, she is already 65 years old. And when she started menopause at the age of late 40s, she started having these symptoms of being forgetful. And it's like something that we have already accepted in the family. However, last year when we started to overhaul our lifestyle, her memory became sharper than ever. Her energy is better than it was 10 years ago. And also, most importantly, she can recall so many things that are almost forgotten. Say, for example, was this one time that she went to Social Security Services to get her ID, and the attendant said that she can't get it unless she has her Social Security number. And she just said, "Wait, let me check." And then she paused for a while and tried to recall her SS number. And then she started verbally saying it, and to her surprise, the attendant said, "Yes, that is correct." And she was able to retrieve her record. And imagine, is something that she didn't intend to memorize. So that's how amazing our brain and our body is. It can reverse years of and poor functioning just by changing or improving that lifestyle. So what is that lifestyle really? So when it comes to brain function and brain health, we can divide it into three major parts. So the first one is resting, having appropriate rest, especially through sleeping. So it is a given that one should sleep 7 to 9 hours a day. Not too much, not too low. Chronic lack of sleep below 7 hours for straight days is already associated with detrimental effects on the brain function, long-term and acute phase. So how about those aging population who no longer gets that enough sleep? So for them, it is actually okay to give them some help through supplements like melatonin to help them get that sleep so that they can have enough deep sleep cycles, which are very important in neuro regeneration and synaptical connections. So sleep is very important. It is important even to have it straight, continuous, especially at bedtime. Have a regular sleep as much as possible starting now, and you can also start your parents and grandparents for this. Second one, it's exercise. So there's two kinds of exercise, the mental exercise and the physical exercise. So it is said that aerobic exercises improves brain function. It secretes good hormones, and at the same time, it strengthens synaptical connections in our brain. Aerobic exercises, 30 minutes to 60 minutes, 5 to 7 days a week is recommended for improvement of brain function. And another type of exercise is mental exercise. I know in this modern world, we are already very fond of using calculators, of searching for Google, or cheating on everything that can be found in our phone. But it is high time to start using our brain the manual, natural, harder, yes, harder but healthier way. Say for example, if you have to calculate something, even if you have to use your calculator after to confirm, but you can try first to mentally calculate it. That is one way of practicing your brain into having these connections that can improve. Again, it's about synaptical connections between neurons, and that connection will become faster, easier access, and improvement in the brain function as we go through years and as we age. And lastly, the most important one is lifestyle through correct eating habits. And it is said that eating healthy fats, yes, healthy fats, because our brain is made up of fats. It is full of fats that it can function well by feeding it with healthy kinds of fats. So the fats coming from both animal fats and some plant-based fats that are naturally occurring in nature. That would include coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil. Others, for animal fats, you can have butter, you can have lard, you can have ghee. So all those are healthy fats that can nourish our brain. And how about sugar? Some says that our brain is an obligate user of sugar or glucose. Yes, our brain will keep on feeding on glucose only if you keep on feeding it. But the moment you start eliminating those glucose, the moment you start eliminating those carbohydrates and sugar, your body, your brain will start using ketones, an energy source that is derived from fats. And studies show that it is the most efficient and is a cleaner form of energy that can sustain and can be used long term or even lifelong for our brain. So how can you have ketones as a source of energy for your brain? So you can either fast intermittently or a time restrictive diet, or you can also go into ketogenic diet or a low carbohydrate diet wherein it promotes fats as a source of fuel rather than glucose. So are you sure it is safe to use that for long term? Yes, it is sure, because the first use of ketogenic diet actually first discovered as treatment for children having childhood epilepsy, and that was found since 1920s. However, it was just buried down over the years as pharmaceutical industries and as the rest of the medical field evolved to what we know it is today. That is symptoms based and prescription based. Prescriptions addressing the symptoms and not the root cause. So I will say this again: how to have the best brain function? That is elimination of carbs and carbohydrates and sugars, especially grains, and addition of healthy fats. And by that I mean no processed, hydrolyzed, industrialized oils that are hiding under the name of vegetable oil. And that can be very toxic for our system, not just for our brain, but for the rest of our body. And by carbohydrates, I'm not just saying the table sugar, the cocoa sugar, the honey, the maple syrup, or ice cream and other desserts that we thought, the sodas and the fruit juices. No, it is not limited to that. It is also encompassing to grains. Yes, grains. All the rice, red rice, brown rice, white rice, they are all the same. Oats, wheat products, flour, and even corn products. Those are all grains that can damage our brain through the process of inhibiting the production of a molecule called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, that is important for memory formation. Without BDNF, we cannot form memories, and that's what's been happening to our elderlies. They can no longer make memories, they can no longer make meaningful connections in our relationship and in the synapses and the neurons in our brains. So we can prevent that by starting eliminating the carbs, eliminating the sugars, and start them on a low carbohydrate diet that is rich in healthy natural fats and loaded up with vegetables that are high in fibers but are low in calories. And you can put some meat on it, any animal meat, and load on healthy fats that I've mentioned a while ago. So again, to sum it up, You have to have enough sleep. You have to have mental exercise and physical exercise. And lastly, you have to eat right. That is reducing the sugar and leveling up your healthy fats. I hope you get to choose this, choose right, stay low carb, stay safe. Bye bye.